Just doing a quick charts of interest video for the end of June. We've run out of steam on this rally, it looks like now, so which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing to have this retested, this rally, because it was getting a bit long in the tooth. So it has actually ended this rally now. A lot of people still think this is a bear market rally, and it could test these lows again, so we don't know yet. But by the look of that flat weekly key Jensen there, that's not out of the question. In my opinion, we could see a swing right back down if this was to get going, but the MACD still has quite a bit to turn over yet if it's going to really get going back to the downside again. But it's certainly a distribution according to my trading method with that flat key Jensen there, so it's going to be interesting to see what it does. And if we go to junk bonds, that's also an agreement. Junk bonds, the rally in junk bonds has come to an end as well as of Friday, which the Federal Reserve has been buying junk bonds, which has caused a lot of this rally and subsequently caused the rally in stocks as well. But they seem to be backing off the purchases now, so maybe they're going to see whether the market can make it on its own. I don't know what they're playing at, but certainly been a distribution in junk bonds as well on the weekly here. So we go to the VIX. The VIX is wanting to get going again. It's trying to build a support base here for a rally again on the VIX. So it's supporting what we're seeing in the bearishness of the stock indexes at the moment, and just going to see what that does. It looks like it's building momentum, but it's not quite ready to get going yet. The daily MACD is above the zero line or the centre line here, so it doesn't have a lot of momentum in it yet. It's just a consolidation at the moment. So the Nasdaq, look how far the Nasdaq is from the key Jensen. Holy shit, that's a long way from the key. That's probably as far as I've ever seen it from the key Jensen, I reckon. What is it in percentage? Let's have a look. Wow, that's about 16.5% from the key Jensen. That's a massive gap, and that's got to be ultimately filled in at some. Usually when it gets that far from the key Jensen and makes a breakout like that, you're usually going to see it overshoot to the downside. So if it was to test back down to these levels here somewhere on an overshoot, even back to test this low here, if this second wave of coronavirus was to really kick in, that's going to really scare the daylights out of a lot of people. It's going to be awesome for me because this was already my best year ever by a long margin. If this does turn back down, holy moly. It's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious actually, because all these people are piling in. When you get record people piling into the stock market like the millennials are at the moment on Robinhood, they're buying anything that moves. That's almost a sure sign that the top is in, and people are saying the market can never go down again. That's another sign that it's another sure sign that the market's probably run out of steam. It's over exuberance, and that's definitely a potential reversal candle. That little doji there inside, that little inside doji there, but not always. It's got to be confirmed by the next candle. But being that far from the weekly key Jensen like that, it's a fair bet that a lot of these big, large cap tech stocks are running out of steam now. They're at least going to have a pullback, and the DAX has been awesome. DAX has been real good on this leg here. Right up here, it's in a consolidation now. It looks like it's also got a very flat weekly key Jensen here, so it's going to be interesting to see what the DAX does. I'd like to hit the DAX on the downside again. That'd be really good. Just yawning, just woke up. The Nikkei has also got a flat key Jensen, and that's also potentially turning back over again after this nice rally here. So oil has also got a flat key Jensen. There's flat key Jensens everywhere because it's we had a massive shoot to the downside, then we had a massive shoot to the upside on a lot of these assets, which results in a flat key Jensen a lot of the time. So the way it calculates it, so oil could be turning over here as well. In response, a lot of this is turning over with the second wave starting to show its face around the globe. It certainly is here where I am. They're certainly pushing the second wave theory. So we're going to see what. That's a tweezer bottom there on the daily. That's very bullish when you see that tweezer bottom like that. Was actually, as you can see, it did turn out to be very bullish as well. And the dollar tested down to this. The dollar broke through down this long-term trend line here that goes right back here, but it found support here, but it's got a flat key Jensen, so it looks like it's overextended. Looks like it's trying to make a rally back up again, so if it does, that'll be really good for Forex, for trading. If the US dollar makes a rally again, that'd be awesome. I'd like to see that. And weekly's got a bit of work to do yet, but bonds, TLT's making a 20-year plus bond ETF. This is making a rally. Found support at the flat key Jensen here. It's rallying up a bit again, but which is also bearish for stocks. That's another confirmation that stocks are turning over. People are moving back into the safe havens again of TLT and other bond ETFs. So, and Bund, German Bund is also rallying, which is a safe haven as well. So the dollar bonds and gold has also been way up. That is the old time high, the monthly. That line here is the monthly high back in 2011, and it's looking for a break above that. Might form a. It looks like on the monthly gold. Looks like this with this heavy resistance here. So it's going to be interesting to see what gold does here, whether it has a little false breakout and pulls back again or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if gold finds resistance here and then pulls back, and we get a cup and handle. I'd ideally like to see a cup and handle form here, but it's been a massive rally in gold here, and I'd like to see it pull back a bit, make a handle. This is the cup here, this bit here, and then it pulls back, makes a handle, and then it breaks out. That'll be awesome. But what's the volume profile? Yeah, it's run out of steam on the volume profile. Not too bad if you look at that breakout there, but we'll see what happens with gold. But yeah, that's technically the point where I put the volume profile there. That's about it there. The volume's not too bad there still, so see what happens. And we'll go back to the weekly. Oops, the weekly on this side. What's wrong with that there? Okay, the weekly, and what's the weekly volume profile like? Yeah, it's still got a fair bit of volume there. Silver's had a good recovery here, but when you go to the monthly, silver's got a long way to catch up to the old high. It's certainly been lagging a lot compared to gold. It hasn't had anywhere near the rally that gold's had, so maybe silver's got a lot more room to the upside yet to go, but good to see, but certainly looks promising, but too early to say yet, but have to see what that does. And copper made a good rally back up here, but it's still down on the monthly though, but it's had a good recovery since. Depends what this second wave does with Corona, if it comes back or not, but the Bitcoin's been flat here still. I knew that from the flat Cajuns, and everyone's seeing on social media, oh, this is the rally this time. It's always, they don't really understand, they don't have any idea about price action. They just try and guess where it's going to go, and they're almost always wrong. So I don't try to tell them anything different. They can say what they like and believe what they like. But anyway, I'll just make this a quick one, and that'll do for now. See what happens with this virus over the next month coming up ahead. It's going to be the critical time, the month ahead, whether this wave is contained or whether they try to push it for another lockdown. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, bye for now.